So apparently, while I was working on my next big video, something magical happened. A new game has appeared in the worst reviewed section of Steam. In fact, it dropped all the way down to the worst reviewed game on Steam, period. Despite it not having the lowest percentage of the games I played, this game not only hit single digits, but the amount of people who gave it a negative review is equivalent to the stabbing of Caesar, but if the entire Roman, Persian, and German Empire collectively shook hands and proceeded to stab Caesar one by one. In fact, I believe it could be even lower when most of the positive reviews are nothing but trolls. So what is this game? What happened in the span of 2 weeks? Technically, probably less time than that. How did a game physically get set into the Shadow Realm like this? Well, for those who live under a rock, a game was released on Steam that originally was on its own platform, and because of this, they now face the wrath of Steam reviews. This game had a lot of history within the gaming community with extreme highs and extreme lows. A game that consistently ruined its own reputation time and time again. This game is called Overwatch 2. Developed by Frostert on October 4th, 2022, or the actual release date is May 24th, 2016, Overwatch has a rich history with the gaming community and Pornhub, but with the recent events, this shit has been massacred beyond repair. From completely shitting on the PvE content that they promised, or forcing everyone to use a postpaid phone so you can actually play the damn game, to literally paying money to destroy their monolithic esport they built over the years. If you want to go back even further, we can't forget about the SA charges, firing people for the Free Hong Kong protests, and losing the heart and soul of this game with the loss of Jeff Kaplan. This game was fated by the gods to fall, and fall it shall. But I'm not here for a history lesson, I'm here to check out a bad video game, with the goal to see if it's really that bad, including that I'm sure there's a lot of you who know and have experienced this already. I'm gonna change the rules a bit from my previous video, but nothing too much. I just wanted to check out the new PvE story mode to see how good it is to what was promised previously, as the multiplayer isn't much of a problem. Also, I don't think I'm very qualified to state whether or not multiplayer is trash or not. So without further ado, this is Overwatch 2 Invasion. We start off by changing my settings, because trying to record this game on max FPS has lag worse than actually playing this game with a potato. Love it. But we actually start off in Rio, under attack by a bunch of robots. And let me say this right now, I love these cutscenes. There's some cheesy lines and shitty jokes in this, but the characters in the scenario in this world are so unique and engaging that the more I play this and the more I think about the PvE mode, the more I get even more angry. The quick rundown of the story is that after some time of the assassination of Robot Gandhi, the entire world is under attack by the once-thought defeated group Null Sector. But conveniently, the once-thought disbanded hero group Overwatch comes back thanks to Harambe, and is trying to stop the bad robos. And that's about it for the plot points until like the very end. The rest of the story and cutscenes are mainly character interactions and the Overwatch team gaining more allies. Now that's established, we go straight into the gameplay. Just like any other PvE event mission, each mission is played by the heroes that are in the general area. The first mission only having Winston, Reinhardt, Tracer, Genji, Mei, and Lucio. And Brigitte and Mercy are here too, but fuck you, you can't play them. And for anyone that has played story-significant PvE content from Overwatch 1, knows how much of a downgrade the character select screen is. It's just the character select screen. No unique animation or background or anything, it's just the standard character select screen. Compare that to Overwatch Retribution with its unique background and character selection. But I'll just boil this down to nitpicking. But going straight into the gameplay, you can only select one character, and you can only have one tank, 2 DPS, and 1 support on the team. I also learned that playing this game on the lowest difficulty, you'll most likely not get a full team, and you will play with a bot. I would say that it's a negative and a showcase that no one's really playing this, but when I did the hardest difficulty, I actually found a lot more fuller teams and got in relatively quickly. So I guess it's just everyone hates the easiest difficulty, which I can understand because this shit is the easiest fucking difficulty I've played. I can literally turn off my brain and just go to town with any character I pick. The gameplay itself is like any other PvE mission. You go down a linear path and just kill enemies while doing objectives, each mission having something somewhat unique about them. One of these things is that you can damage the robots in different sections of the bodies, from the head, arms, and legs. You can get some good damage from the head, or you can shoot off the arms so that it loses the ability to attack. Or you can shoot off the legs where it has a much harder time moving and shooting. It doesn't really matter much on lower difficulties, but on harder ones, this is the exact strategy you need to use to make things easier. The first mission, Resistance, has you helping Lucio save Rio by going down the streets deleting robots, and occasionally destroying a force field, until you fly towards one of the ships where you go through the insides to destroy its core. And to be honest, this one is the most fun and unique of the three, with also the characters that you can select in this working well off each other. And this one actually has a very interesting ending compared to the other ones, as when you get to the core, you get a boss fight with a giant red robot. where besides mowing it down with Hellfire, you have to make it headbutt the center core to lower its shields. After which you delete the core and escape before the ship implodes on itself, ending the mission with everyone leaving with a cool explosion. After which you head home and the rest of the party shows up. Well, I'll let you see what I mean that this one is the most fun compared to the other 3, as the next mission, Liberation, we go to the most evil and disgusting place in the world, Toronto, Canada. Helping and trying to recruit Sojourn to the gang, helping to extract the citizens from Canada without dying, with also Null Selector being there, driving through the city in the metro tunnels, trying to save as much citizens as possible. We discovered there are these robots that are capturing Omnics and melting these weird helmets on them, sending subliminal messages into their brain.
I want to fall off and die because as you can see, we are in hardcore, so if we die, we die.
While on the journey, we help these 2 Omnics as we escape the city and not get their brains juiced up. Along the way, we also see there's this mysterious figure trying to brainwash all the Omnics. I can't put my mind who it is. It's almost as if this person was put in the wrong season. Ignoring that for now, we simply escape the city with our new friends, and Sojourn does the old classic, "Our time has come. We failed. There is no reason to come back" speech, you know. Nothing too special. In fact, I was pretty surprised that the level just ended. We got to the ship and we just finished. Nothing very, exciting. We did get 3 new enemy types, but one is just a slightly harder version of the base enemy, and one does seem pretty cool, but doesn't really do much. Maybe because I did it on normal. And these flying things, which are more annoying than anything. These brain fuckers, I don't really count as enemies, as they seem to be only coming up when defending some Omnics. Not much of a threat, but more of an annoyance. The next mission, Ironclad, has Reinhardt and Brigitte visit a toy barn to see if he can get those helmets off of them. Also, Bastion's here! Yay! But at this time, Sweden would also face the wrath of the Null section. The 4 of them stand their ground and help set up the turrets that Torbjorn had made in the past, fighting through the city and discovering this new enemy that hacks you. But in the middle of that, this happens. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, hell yeah, this is some Metal Gear shit. We're gonna get to fucking fight a giant mech, let's go! Any moment now, we'll have this cool boss fight. We're gonna have this cool boss fight at any moment. Any moment now. Just any moment now. Just any moment now.
Always has to be so close.
Like, come on, how the fuck can we not fight that thing? It's so cool! This robot literally shows up and moves side to side like a damn amusement ride attraction and just randomly shoots missiles at you until the very end where you just defend this turret until it kills it. Like, bro, that's it? Come on! It was fun defending it from the horde and stuff, but it would have been so much cooler to actually fight this thing instead of just standing around and taking its sweet-ass time trying to kill us. Not to mention when it first appeared, it literally just booped into reality. Talk about a fucking cock tease. At least the one person who had a mic during this was acting like this was the most intense shit ever.
Put her here, put her over here.
Here they come.
Y'all put this for the wrong way. Put the, like, old turrets
Across
up
the
by
bay,
that
the
window.
Titan is heading towards us.
I can't do anything because I got this stupid turret in my hand. Fix the turrets with your hammer. Fix the turret. Fix the
Gathering on
turret.
all sides.
Okay, Ryan, you got that door. Me and I'll just get this door. I got this door. Hello. Someone help me!
Like, kid, Jill, we were literally in no threat whatsoever. But after that, we get the best cutscene so far, ending with Torbjorn staying, and us taking Bastion, Zenyatta making his first appearance with some backstory before the members of Black Talon come in to ready to snatch him. The mission would end here. After playing all 3 of these, I would wholeheartedly say, bro, I just got fucking scammed. Like, no joke, this really wasn't worth the price of admission. This was just a dumb game mode. Like, what the hell did I genuinely just played? Like I say before, the first mission was actually kind of fun. If you haven't realized it yet, is that the first mission actually had some unique things about it. Different objectives, a cool location, interesting rooms, and fights. And is the only one with a fucking boss fight. You would think that a giant mech would be a boss fight, and it would have been a cool way to end the first wave of missions too, but nope, fuck you. Thanks for the money, chump. Like, how did you just blow your load on the first mission? I would go back and play the first mission on the hardest difficulty, where I would feel like the game was a lot more enjoyable, where you had to engage with the mechanics and be a lot more tactical with how you engage fights and the use of your characters, like aiming for the limbs on the robot, but it didn't really change how the entire thing feels. Like, how do they think this is a perfect compensation for them axing PvE? So, I'm gonna be a bit serious and honest here for a moment. Overwatch 2 isn't a bad game. In fact, it still has the potential to be one of the greatest shooters of all time like before. The characters, even the new ones, are unique and really fun to use. The story is great, and all these characters are rich, well designed, and their interactions are some of the best in the business, but everything else is the biggest piece of dog shit I have ever seen. This is the worst piece of content Overwatch has ever had in existence. I don't care what anyone else is saying. I would rather slam my nuts into a cactus than to buy another one of these. I don't care how good these cutscenes are. The fact that you made a more boring and shitty $15 experience than the Destiny 2 seasons is an achievement I did not want to see achieved. Which is an utter shame because this is also low-key some of the best Overwatch content in his existence. But with everything that else is surrounding it, you can't say that it's great content. You could have literally given us a YouTube video series of the cutscenes every few seasons, and that would have been a so much better compensation than this hot garbage. Or if you're gonna do this, make this one free, like anything, like a damn schmeckle of respect for all the fans that you hog-trailed them into this mess of a torture kennel you made. And no, having the ability to keep a longer and more annoying PvE event is not worth it. The enemies are boring and uninspired. Stuff like the robot dismemberment has existed for so long. Fuck, Borderlands did it way better. Not to mention that it just plays like any free PvE event. There's literally a free PvE event similar to this available while I was playing. It's crazy how things got this way. How the fuck did you not bring anything from the original PvE design? I don't care if I sound like an armchair developer, unless you guys are shoving your thumbs up each other's asses for years, there has to be something you guys could have just carried over. Like, how? And I'm just ranty about the PvE and not much of the multiplayer. The multiplayer is completely fine. The only problem is the monetization, and I can have a whole nother video about this. But the thing I've learned is that games can be worth more, and people can give extra money to them if the game you're playing exceeds your expected value. I know loot boxes are trash, but I'll take anything over one more stupid fucking battle pass. But a lot of the problems from it is that Activision Blizzard expects you to pay a shit ton for cool looking outfits or whatever I just played without giving anything worth that much in return. Like, fuck, they haven't even fixed Diablo 4 yet, and one of the first things they did in the new update is shove a fucking outfit in your face. What is going on? One of the reasons people see Fortnite as the gold standard of live service games is because the game gives so much to the players. Free content, unique and fun events, and a literal fucking concert. And yes, not every game can have you get cock-slapped by Galactus, but games that see great success are those that are complete and give back as much as players give them. If you just ignore the story mode, don't really care about the skins because you're playing it in first person, then this game is still really fun and still worth playing. But with how everyone is being throttled with nothing in return, I can see why the reviews are like this. Despite the quality of this game still being extremely good, players are just simply frustrated. Hell, I'm frustrated. I pay more money than some of the games in my previous video and somehow got less of an experience than playing them. This game still has a lot of potential, but instead they just keep breaking their own ankles each and every turn. And no, Microsoft is not gonna help them. If they won't listen to us, no one can really help at this point. But that is my review for the worst reviewed game on Steam. I did get pretty personal back there, but that's what happens when you watch something that you like shrivel up and die. You just gotta say something. But I do hope you all enjoyed this video. It was actually still pretty fun to make. This video is shorter than what I said I would do, but think of this as like a bonus review for the previous one, which you should totally check out if you get the chance. Honestly, this really taught me to keep me on my toes with handling content, and I don't mind doing something like this once in a while. But if you enjoy my torture, I don't know, maybe you can like hit that like and subscribe button for more content in the future. But until the next video, I do hope to see you all again, and I hope all of you stay safe. See ya.
If we can't turn back the clock, then what can we do? We can keep adding to and improving Overwatch 2. That is how we move forward. This means more maps, heroes, game modes, missions, stories, events, cool cosmetics and features, an ever-expanding, evolving, and improving game. This is the future of Overwatch.
We're fucked.